There we are. Hello, YouTube. I'm George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here for WNK. Hope everyone's doing all right so far. I'm going to get this shared over to Facebook, so if you would, just give me just one moment. And then we'll start going into everything as you come in. Of course, say hi. You know, we're kind of newer on the YouTube side, so I want to see who's over here and who's not. So give me just a second. I'm going to share this over to the Facebook side of things. And then we're going to get some rolling on some things. If you would, share the video out too if you want. Hit that like button for us. That helps us a lot. Blow the comments up. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. Bo Phelps, hello, my friend. Hello from Breckenridge County. Hello, Liberty. How are you doing? Audrey, hello. How are you as well? Hope everyone's doing okay. Again, as you come in here, drop a like on the video. Help us out with that a little bit. I hear that on YouTube, the likes and the comments help a lot. I don't know. Like I said, we're kind of newer to this YouTube thing. I'm gonna get my camera fixed, so let's do that real quick, shall we? Not sure quite how to share. I think there's a little share button. You can copy the link or you can send it to a text message. I don't know. Like I said, we're kind of newer over here as well. But real quick, just a quick intro. I'm George Herbig, Chief Forecaster with WNK. Today we're discussing the potential for strong to severe storms later on this evening. In fact, I don't think we're really even talking about the potential anymore. I think we're just talking about the likelihood and preparing you for the realities of what to expect here later on this evening. There are some differences that we're already noticing, and we're going to talk about how that might play into things. One of the big differences that we're noticing already as well, just to go ahead and put it out there, is it's definitely a lot more sunny than what the models were showing. We'll talk about how that might play into fueling storms, how it might also block storms from coming in. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the new time frame to expect. Pretty much generally the same forecast we gave this morning, but there are a few differences. So we're going to talk about all those things. If you don't know, we're born on Facebook. I think we have over 50,000 followers over there. And now we're new on YouTube trying to grow over here. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I think the last time I looked, 48% of the people that watch our videos are not subscribed. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So hit that subscribe button for us. Help us out here. Once we get to 1,000 followers, by the way, if you don't remember, or if you haven't seen the post, we're going to be doing another $100 gift card giveaway. That was very popular last time. We love giving back to people, so we're going to do another giveaway here. Daniel, what's up here from Moorhead? Hello, how are you? Sadie sees sunshine. We'll talk about the good and bad from that. Laura, hello from Radcliffe. Hello, I'm in Radcliffe as well. Madisonville here. Welcome in. Whitney, I love that. The great thing about YouTube as well is you can actually, many of the smart TVs nowadays come with the YouTube app equipped. So you can log into your YouTube app on your TV, or you can cast it up to your TV, and makes it a much more pleasurable viewing experience for everyone. So again, I'm going to give it about 20 more seconds. I think some more people are still filtering in over from Facebook, so we're going to give them some time to hop in so that they don't miss anything. In the meantime, make sure you say something in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Drop a like on the video. You can share the video by copying the link and sending it out in text message or a post or whatever you feel. Thank you guys for the likes. We're already up to 15 likes. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate y'all's kindness. Definitely a serious day though. I know I have a big smile on my face now, but we're gonna get in a serious mode soon. Tammy, hello from Greensburg. Chris is from Nicholasville. Hello, how are you doing? Mandy, hello. Jerry, hello. KM, half from Fort Knox. Hello, how are you doing? The Wilsons are watching from Fort Knox. Hello, Keon. I'm not even gonna attempt to say that. I don't want to mess up your name. Anna, hello, how are you doing? Cassie, hello from Hodgeville. Just one time. I don't think any of us do, Liz. Hello from McQuady. From Somerset. Look at the chat going. I really do appreciate you guys. So I think we're good to go ahead and get started. What do you guys think? Again, don't forget to drop a like on the video for me. Share it out if you feel like you can. What a run the Reds had. Watch it from absolutely. And a new run starts today for the Reds. You know what I mean? So here we are. Let's dive into everything. What I'm going to show you first is our forecast map, and then I'm going to show you our the model guidance, so you can kind of see it for yourself, what's changed and what hasn't changed. And we're going to go through everything that we're expecting to see. We're going to break it down real easy for you guys. So for tonight, what we're talking about is from mainly 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time. A line of storms should present themselves in southern Indiana and then drift south and east. At the same time, model data is now showing that a line of storms will start in western Kentucky and also drift their way east. So we might make a few changes to this map over the next hour or so. We're going to give some models a little bit more time to guide us a little bit better, get them a little more consistency. Thank you guys for the likes on the video. I'll see you guys. What we have on your map right now is a yellow, red, and purple zone. Yellows are 2 out of 5 risk, red is our 3 out of 5 risk, and purple is our 4 out of 5 risk. The only difference between the red and the purple is that we have higher confidence storms will occur in purple. We also have higher confidence that the storms that do occur in the purple zone will be a little bit more spaced out, allow for more energy to be tapped into each individual cell, thus creating a higher risk at tornadic activity. That's not a guarantee that tornadoes are going to happen, but I do think there is a solid risk for a couple of strong tornadoes today. I'm not going to guarantee any spots on where those may pop up. Obviously, tornadoes are super hard to forecast in advance, especially when you're talking about specific locations. Just know that anywhere in that purple zone, probably a good bit of some really, really strong to severe level storms tonight. Also, in that red zone, a lower tornado risk, but a higher damaging wind and large hail risk. And when I'm talking about large hail, I'm talking anywhere between 2-inch in diameter all the way up to softball size. I'm not talking about the nickel and quarter sized hail that we usually see in Kentucky. I'm talking about really, really large hail that, quite frankly, could cause a lot of damage, as well as you don't want to be caught outside and get hit by one of those suckers. They will cause some broken bones. So you want to make sure that you're being really, really careful on what you're doing tonight when you're talking about outdoors. Not even just because of the winds or the tornadic risk, but because of the large hail risk. That is probably the primary concern if you were to ask me. My primary concern tonight is, of course, the large hail. Damaging winds could go all the way up to 70 to 80 mile per hour at times. And then you have your tornado risk. And we're going to go over the National Weather Service just issued their new forecast as well. We're going to go over that. We're going to go over model data. But the only real difference between the red and the purple zone is we feel the purple zone has a slightly higher than a 2 out of 5 odds for tornadic activity. That's really the only main difference there. But let's go ahead and switch on over here. I'm going to actually pull up. First up here is our sky data. Let's refresh this real quick so I can get the newest stuff here. What am I doing? Refresh. What I'm going to show you right now is actually what's happening in the sky in terms of clouds. So on model data, it showed that the clouds wouldn't move out until about 18 to 19Z, which is about 2 to 4 o'clock, okay, Eastern time. You can already see that mainly along I-71 and then back down toward I-65 and points west, it's clear skies. It is, and what's happening because of that is the temperature is skyrocketing. The reason that's a bad or good thing. So a little technical minute for everybody. And I see a lot of your questions and comments. I'm going to get to a lot of your questions and comments here soon, okay? Keep the comments rolling, keep those likes rolling in. I appreciate you guys. What can happen in situations like this is the temperature can rise, dew points rise, right? That we all obviously knows that creates a more unstable environment for strong to severe weather. What it can also do is when those temperatures rise too much, creates a cap on the environment. Basically, it puts a lid on the environment that storms have to work hard to break through. When that happens, what can happen as a result of that is storms don't start until later, or in fact, sometimes not at all. Actually, back a couple months ago, I think in March, we had a system that had very high potential. I think it had a level 4 out of 5 risk for Western Kentucky, not us, the National Weather Service. They had a level 4 out of 5 risk for Western Kentucky, and no storms happened. It got too hot. Okay, that can happen here. I don't think it will. I think looking at model data, and I'm going to show you guys the model data for yourself so you can make your own interpretation of it. But I definitely think that the storms won't struggle too much to get through the cap, just because I think the wind shear will be high enough to break through it. Those are all technical terms, basically saying that I think think of the environment. I said this earlier. Think of the environment like a pot of water on your stove. Okay, let's say you have a lid for that pot, and there's a lid on that pot, and you're trying to boil the water. The water wants to escape that pot if you put too much water in it, right? It's going to want to boil over and escape the pot. Well, it has to be broken by something. So the water has to go from room temperature to boiled. Same thing with the storms. The storms have to go from nothing to a bunch of wind shear to break through it. So think of wind shear like the water becoming boiling and it breaking through the lid and throwing the lid off and boiling over. That has to happen to our atmosphere as well. And so there is a chance for it to get too hot. And I just want to put that out there just in case nothing happens and you guys come back at me and yell at me later on this evening about storms not occurring. I just want to put it out there that, we've said this last, I think, 3 or 4 forecast updates that this could bust. And that's what we're going to hope for, but we planned for the worst. So what I'm going to show you now is kind of what's happening currently in terms of temperature and dew points. So after those morning storms came through, a lot of people went down to the mid-60s and lower 60s. You can already see that it's 90 degrees out there toward Marshall County and Benson, Kentucky. It's 76 degrees in Elizabethtown at Hardin County. It's already up to 74 in Owen County. And then the low to mid-60s down here toward Cumberland County and Burkesville and toward Bowling Green. I do expect those to come up eventually as well. Now, what does model data see when it comes to temperatures and whatnot? Let's go ahead and we got a fresh run, but it's not going to load all the way through here yet. I want to show you that model data is also agreeing with this temperature rise. Just go ahead and zoom this in here a little bit further. Sunny in Vine Grove. Thank you guys for all the sunny reports. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm looking outside my window right now. A lot of blue, and I'm in Radcliffe. So, pushing this through, the HRRR actually has Paducah, and the HRRR model is like our go-to model for temperatures. I will say that this model does have what we call an overmixing bias. Basically, whenever it gets a little bit too warm, the model kind of not the best in the world. So we're going to use our own judgment here. We're going to use our own. We're going to put our skills to the test today at WMK, and a lot of people are. So this model actually has Paducah going 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going to be miserable out there. It actually has Elizabethtown going about 86 degrees, 87 degrees Fahrenheit. Lexington up to 82, 97 in Bowling Green. So the reason we have that purple zone where it's at is because we feel like the temperatures are going to be just right along this northern Kentucky back to central Kentucky area. Where it starts to turn white is where we started to drop off the risk zone because we think it might be a little bit too hot. And then you have, of course, as this storm system goes through and goes on, you can see what it does. It just tanks the temperatures, right? Dew point wise, Scott Phillip Giles and Logan, thank you for that update. Stout cloud in Campbellsville where we're camping, and I think it'll get sunny out there in about an hour or so. So dew point wise, dew points are going to be absolutely cranked. If you are in central Kentucky and in western Kentucky, get ready, especially even for eastern Kentucky, but mainly for central, toward the Elizabethtown I-65 corridor. A mid to upper 70s dew point cannot be ruled out, and that would, I believe, either be a record or near record breaking dew points for June for this time frame. That is astounding levels of moisture and warmth. What it'll feel like outside today, because I know a lot of you are going to try to take advantage of the drier time frame. It's going to feel warm. I mean, not even warm, hot, muggy. A heat advisory is actually already in effect for Paducah area. Probably could be expanded to Bowling Green, but I think they're going to just leave that alone. But heat indexes of over 100 degrees is definitely possible for much of western Kentucky, and even close to 100 degrees heat index for central Kentucky, and then a little bit cooler out to the east where the rain has lingered on a little bit longer. Hasn't allowed it to get too warm out there. So the part that everyone wants to see is, what did the storms look like tonight? So this model has gone back and forth on what exactly it wants to do. As I mentioned, in southern Indiana, a few storms spawn, and in western Kentucky, a few storms spawn. This model does show some of these storms being able to survive, and it also shows them dying thanks to the cap. So I definitely think this model has got a little bit of work to do. We're going to give it a couple more hours before we change our forecast at all. But as you can see in our purple zone, definitely no doubt there storms are going to get going. And when they do get going, look out for large hail, damaging winds. And this is probably the spot where we could see a couple of large tornadoes if any tornadoes were to occur. Also, we have a supercell toward Elizabethtown and the Litchfield and Bowling Green areas around 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then those kind of congeal and make a line and go out to the southeast where they eventually are. They're still going to drop large amounts of hail. I mean, this is 11 p.m. here for between Bowling Green and Paducah out toward western Kentucky. That's a large hail core. Just south of Lexington, another very large hail core. And then up there toward the Moorhead portions of Kentucky, another large hail core up there as well. These will eventually start to drop southeast, continue to drop hail, large amounts of rain and damaging winds. The tornado threat, the more southeast you go, the lower it goes. So that's why we have dropped, far east Kentucky down to a yellow risk, and also far western Kentucky down to a yellow risk as well. And these continue to drop south and move their way out to the Carolinas and Nashville and down to our southeast after about 2 to 3 a.m. So that's kind of where we're at. It's 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. main time frame for there. The main risks, of course, are the large hail, damaging wind gust, and a low chance at a tornado too. What I want to show you now, and we still got more stuff to do here, so hang out with me. What I want to show you now, the National Weather Service just issued their new update. I don't think much changed on it. It's still relatively the same. Let me go ahead and put this in on a more of a regional view so you kind of get a little bit of a better look here. You can see that much of central and eastern Kentucky is in that orange or level 3 or enhanced risk. Level 3 out of 5, that is. You could argue that the National Weather Service should have put a moderate risk over northern Kentucky. I'm not going to argue with it. I think you could. But at this point, you're just splitting hairs. We know what's going to happen. By the way, thank you guys for all the likes on the video. I appreciate that. We have 160 viewers, only 40 likes. So I'm sure we can get a few of those likes up. Thank you guys so much for your support on the new YouTube side of things. But you can see their forecast kind of matches up with ours. You can definitely tell that we're in line. So you have, I'll show you, you have the Eastern Kentucky, far Eastern Kentucky being dropped down a little bit, far Western Kentucky being dropped down a little bit. Same thing for us. Far Eastern Kentucky dropped down, far Western Kentucky dropped down. And so pretty similar stuff there. What I want to show you now as well is their 4-panel. I'm going to go one by one here, actually. That's what we're going to do. So their tornado risk map has just been updated as well. They did pull it back a smidge, not much. I think this yellow zone was down toward, I want to say Elizabethtown a little bit, but it was somewhere, it didn't get pulled back much. Not a whole lot of change here. A significant risk of an EF2 level tornado or higher does exist from pretty much Louisville to Cincinnati, just north of Lexington, okay? A 10% risk exists just outside of that toward, let's say, the Shepherdsville areas, going down toward Lexington once more, and then down toward Moorhead. A 5% risk at tornadic activity does exist for much of central and eastern Kentucky, basically stretching from Bowling Green to Elizabethtown to Lexington, all the way up toward Moorhead once again, and Owensboro, and then a 2% risk outside of that, just for them to cover their bases. Okay, so there's your tornado risk map. Not a massive risk, but I definitely think there is a chance at a couple of solid tornadoes today. Day 1 hail. Let's go ahead and look at this risk map if it wants to load. Sometimes this website takes a while. It's a very popular website. So the hail map has not been changed, I don't think. I think they made it wider, if anything. So a significant risk at least 2-inch diameter hail does exist basically everywhere from almost Hopkinsville all the way up towards Cincinnati. And then a 30% risk inside of that for general large hail, a 15% risk outside of that for much of Kentucky, and then again out for eastern Kentucky, a 5% risk because storms just pretty much fall off after they get past, let's say, Somerset area. And then the day 1 wind risk, you can see kind of matches up with the tornado risk a little bit. 30% risk for much of Kentucky, a significant hatch has been made for northern Kentucky and northeastern Kentucky, basically from Lexington all the way to Cincinnati, including Louisville, close to the Shepherdsville area as well, close to the Hardin County area. And then 30% risk out of that, and then 15% risk outside of that for winds at 54 miles per hour or higher. So those are your risk maps from the National Weather Service's Storm Prediction Center out there in Norman, Oklahoma. I want to see what else. There was something else I was going to show you, but I can't exactly remember what it was. Oh, current. Nah, I'm not going to show that. I'm not going to show that. Because I don't feel like it. I'm just kidding. No, it's just probably a little bit unnecessary. What I do want to do real quick is thank our sponsors. Take 30 seconds to thank our sponsors real quick. Stephen Foster's Story got an amazing show going on. I believe it's Thursday through Saturday until the middle of August. You guys got to go check that out. It's phenomenal. Taxi Mafia, 10% off with them. Get a ride. I think it's 270-272 ride, something like that. You can probably see it on the graphic a little bit better than I can. But 10% off any ride with them with code WNK 24/7. Affordable dentures and implants, 10% off with code WNK with them. Heritage 52, go follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum has a ton of stuff going on. I think they just wrapped up their Romp Festival, which is a great festival to attend. But they have even more stuff going on that we'll post about as well. But those are the spiels from the sponsors so we could pay the bills. Out here, WK continue to do what we do. Real quickly, I do want to thank everyone for all the likes on the video. I think this is one of our most liked videos so far. So thank you guys for making this a phenomenal live. By far our most popular YouTube live broadcast. I appreciate that. Eventually, we're going to get to the point where we are simulcasting basically on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So you guys can choose whichever platform you want to watch on. Personally, if I was a viewer, I'd want to watch on YouTube when it comes to videos because you can put YouTube videos on your TV. Just makes it a little bit easier. On my side of things, Facebook is easier. But, you know, it is what it is. Kayla, thank you for tuning on in. I think, wait a second. Not technically a part. I need to, as well, there's one left off of here. Not really left off of here, but I do want to mention that Digital Solutions in Hardin County, Kentucky. Definitely a spot to get all your technology fixed. I think Kayla can guide you guys on this, but I think they either sell or buy technology as well. We got our PC fixed for them. We're actually gonna get our PC upgraded here in a couple of weeks through them as well. Give them a call. You can Google it. No, you're good. I've been so busy. I must have forgotten to. I'm going through it right now. Yeah, you know what? I think I made a new graphic and then forgot to upload it. But anyway, Google them, Facebook as well, Digital Solutions in Kentucky. If you have any questions, you can always message us as well. So those are how we pay the bills out here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for all the love on the video, all the likes, and all that stuff as well. Thank you for all the subscribers. Again, at 1,000 subscribers, we're going to do another giveaway, so make sure you get your family and friends to subscribe to our content as well. Turn on that notification bell, super important. Just catching up with some of your comments out here. Kevin, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Scott, hello from Indiana. How are you doing? Sun trying to come out in Bowling Green. Yeah, Audrey, I think over the next 30 minutes to an hour, you'll see pretty sunny skies. Leah from Upton, hello. Sabrina from Hart County, hello. How are you doing? Sunny in Vine Grove, thank you for that update there. I appreciate that. I think that's it. So what we're going to do now here at the W&K side of things, over the next hours, pay attention to kind of how things are trending. We'll probably post a Facebook update probably around 2 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you're following us over there on Facebook at W&KWX over there. Very simple to type in. I'm trying to think anything else. I think we're good. I hope everyone's prepared. As always, you can always go over to our Facebook and comment on anything, ask any questions. We'll try to get to them as best we can. Just understand that we're very busy on days like today. But all of our forecast info is over there. I've been George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here for W&K. It's been a pleasure doing a live update on YouTube for one of the first times. If you did miss any information in this video will be on our YouTube here in about a couple minutes once it processes. Also, all of our forecast info is over on Facebook at W&KWX. Until next time, be safe out there, Kentucky. I'll put an update out here in about an hour, okay?